Hey everyone, Jalen here from TBINfinitey, bringing you a deck profile. Now it's weird to see a webcam, but the whole problem is my internet is absolutely shit. Like I can't even like hide that. My internet is absolute shit. Um, so it would take forever for me to do it in any other way. If I do it from my phone, the megabytes are way too big, and like the size of the video will be way too big. So I have to use webcam because it will take the least amount of memory. So it won't take as long, anywhere near as long. I know this might be uncomfortable for some of you, but it's kind of I'm gonna have to do this for maybe a little bit. But other than that, I'm gonna get on to my Demon Lord deck profile. I got a lot of good feedback with this deck and playing it on Saturday for during a locals tourney. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. If you want to hear more detail about that, go check out our recent week of episode 21 live stream. But I love that, like, I just it's not for me getting a compliment, it's getting recognition. Like all the way back at Wayward Springfest of 2015, I got I got so happy. Just people came in the on that day, went to me. Like four people had like dungeon enemy decks, and all of them came up to me and said, "Oh, I watched your profile and I wanted to like build this deck," and I was so happy to hear that. And they said, "Well, and things like I looked at other builds and I only liked yours," or something like that, or anything like that. And then on Saturday, where Chris Nieves, John Muir, Stephen Kolb, and a few others like that don't usually show up, just said like I'm the best they've ever. Like Nieves said, like I have a similar deck to this guy. Like he didn't bring it with him, but he said he had a Demon Lord deck. He said it's similar, but I definitely wouldn't do as well as this guy could. When he said to, I think, Brett, and Mirror said I'm like the best person he's ever seen with enemies ever played before, and I even got to beat him in the tournament. Um. Anyway, I'm just dragging on and make you feel like I'm just bragging, but I'm not trying to do that. So we got the Flag and Buddy. We got Eight of the Waterlord, Steinblade right here. 313 has I have to have a Demon War monster to call him, and he has the ability when he attacks a center monster, it instantly destroys it. I love getting this off Demon Lord's Dungeon. I love this being my buddy because I feel like I'm more like Mazaria, because I don't want to buddy Mazaria because one, I don't want to get a 5th copy, and two, there's no reason to, because this is so much easier to call with Demon Lord's Dungeon, it being a size 0, so any field I can practically call it on. Unlike Mazaria, I mean, I love it, it's the greatest card, but like this is easier to be a buddy and easily give me my buddy gift more than Mazaria would be. So, of course, 4 copies of the buddy. Next up, since this is post Buddy All-Stars, we have 3 copies of Heatblade Joker. Heatblade Joker, um if if the glare is already being a bitch, it's a size 0, 3/1/1. It has the ability act if there's a size 2 or greater Demon Lord on my field with no soul, I can put him into soul from the field. And then if he's in the soul of a Demon Lord, then it gives it Soul Guard. The neat thing is I do play Omnidai. He is a Demon Lord, so not only World End and Deo Cruiser and Secret Arts, but this thing can go into the soul of Omnidai and give it Soul Guard. Anyway, I really love this card. It's easy to, unlike my buddy, it's a little easier to call. I mean, the condition for aid is not hard whatsoever. People go like, doesn't that conflict? It like almost never conflicts. The only time it is bad is if I have no other monsters in my hand and just aid. That's the only time where it's ever dead. Any other time, I always have it. Easily able to call. For size 1s, my size 1 lineup has dropped tremendously. Anyway, 2 Zanes like usual. Never playing Dylan because it is a shit card. You should not play that just to get off World End. You should just play more Zanes or just play Heatblade and Aid because they're size 0s. They're easier to call anyway. Zane is 1/2/1, and his ability He has two Thunder Mines. When your opponent equips an item, they take a damage, and if they cast a set spell, they take a damage. I really like this card just because it's a Demon Lord and it's easier to call. It's 2 crits, so if I'm not gonna like win off World End and I just need to start going for face, then this is just as great with Mazaria, like because 6 damage will both put him on field. And his Thunder Mine, so it comes in handy in a lot of matchups now since everyone's really playing item. 2 Twin Tails Incubus. It is the only non-Demon Lord in my deck. Every other thing is Demon Lord. I took out 1 Gauge Demon and I took out Bladewing. I love those cards, but they had to go for all the new stuff. Well, not like there's a tremendous amount. There was only 2 new cards for Demon Lords, but I still really needed them. Pay 2 life when it enters the field, so I can search a mission card, and it's optional, so if I don't already have a World End, I don't have to. Anyway, it's just decent 2 crits, 2,000 power, and 1,000 defense. Like I said, this is just to search out World End, and unlike all the Dungeon Mix and Night decks, I'm not gonna play 4 because I only have 1 target. They have like how many, so definitely don't need more of these. And it's not Demon Lord, so it doesn't help with World End or most of the other things. It can be called Demon Lord's Dungeon though, which is pretty decent. Next up, we have 4 copies of 3rd Omni Waterlord Mazaria. I love this card. This is the best dungeon enemy of all time. I absolutely love it. I love Mazaria. I love the SP. I can't wait to get a Mazaria flag. This will just make the deck feel complete to me. I don't care if I don't have a holo copy of my buddy. If I get that along with the Mazaria flag, oh man, my life is complete. But anyway, I love Mazaria. 6'2", 625, double attack. Pay 2 gauge call cost and put up 2 spells from the drop. Double attack. Most likely double soul guard all the time. Heat Blade helps get more soul. It has lifelink 2. The greatest thing I love about it, of course, is it's Demon Lord, and this is a Demon Lord deck. It's the best Demon Lord, if hands down. It is the one true god. 3 Demon Lord Joker Grenwald. Joker Grenwald is 525. He has pay 1 gauge call cost and put the top card of the deck into the soul, and has soul guard. Is pretty simple. It's just basically like original Drum Bunker, but 1 less crit. But it doesn't matter because with Dominion Rod it becomes 626, so it becomes a little annoying for some matchups to try and deal with this. Even so, I just basically use this as a pseudo Mazaria. It has 1 soul, 1 gauge, and decent stats all around, and it's a Demon Lord, so it's really great. It's like it's a really great backup. I wouldn't play forward because it really doesn't help because there are better cards I would rather call than him, and I can get him back from the drop if need be. Speaking of ways to get him back from the drop, play 4 Guardian Dragon of Demon Lord Castle, Deo Cruzar. Deo Cruzar is size 3, 8,000 power, 3 critical, 7,000 defense. Put that with Dominion Rod, man, base form Seeger is gonna have a problem. Anyway, pay 2 gauge call cost, top deck in the soul, enter the field. I can get a Destruction or a Demon Lord for my drop zone. It's really great. I can get back Omni Die. I can get back just practically everything but Incubus. I can get back Secret Arts. I can get back Demon Lord's Dungeon. The list goes on. I love this card. It is absolutely, like, if Mazaria is not the first, this would be, but I definitely think Mazaria is still better. I still love this card. I used to play 2 because I was trying to fit in space for the non-Demon Lords before, like, 1 gauge and Bladewing, because they were decently helpful, but with all the new stuff, I don't need them anymore, so I love playing 4 again. Next, we have the 1 copy, because it's just, I can just recycle it, because Demon Lord, 50,000 power, 3 critical, 10,000 defense, penetrate, penetrate, counterattack, and lifelink 2. I can give it Soul Guard with Heat Blade now, so it makes it incredibly annoying for lots of matchups in the game right now, like my Dungeon Mix matchup, I already can win that easily. This on the field just makes them cry. I love Omni Die for all the new support. Dale Cruiser can get it back. Secret Arts can get it back. So 1 copy doesn't really mean much when I can practically play it like way more than once. Next up, we have 4 Divine Protection of Shao San, a pay a gauge, and nullify an attack and gain a life. Simple. We have 4 Hidden Crossbow. It is counter to destroy a monster with 3,000 or less defense. Simple. It's great with Deo Cruzar. It's my counter removal. It's like my other nullifier. So yeah. 3 copies of Fortune Shield because I don't have a Dragon Energy clone, and this deck does need the extra counter, the extra ways of dealing with monsters. since Pillar of Fire isn't really accessible for a close center deck. Anyway, I love having this with Omnidai. It just makes people go like, yes, I finally hit 10, and then you go to 12 and make them cry. Counterattack unfortunately does not stack, but that's pretty cool. But this is still pretty helpful. With Dominion Rod, this makes every Demon Lord practically like a pseudo, it's like a pseudo Dragon Energy for them. Instead, you just don't get an extra 2,000 power if you have a Dominion Rod. Even so, I still like this card, and I now have hollows. I don't know if that's gonna show up, but it's hollows. I got them from Chris Nieves in a trade. Thank you, Chris. Once again, with one hollow, we have Secret Arts of the Waterlord. I will probably never call it by this. I'll just call it Matrix for short, because red pill or blue pill. I mean, red or blue on it. So red pill or blue pill. I like that. Anyway, pay one life to cast it, and I can choose one of two effects, and I can only use this card once per turn. I can either add a Demon Lord monster from my drop zone to my hand, or I can gain one gauge and deal my opponent a damage. After a world end, this could practically kill someone if they didn't buddy call yet, or if they have life gain in their deck, they can live. But even so, just dealing it. This is the Smile Charm I always wanted. I hate it. I hate Smile Charm. I don't care for gaining a gauge and a life just out of nowhere. Now dealing a damage, now that's more useful to me than gaining life, which is Shalsana and Buddy gives job already, so I don't really care for Smile Charm. 3 copies of Demon Lord's Dungeon. This is a set spell, obviously, and it's free to set. I just need to have a Demon Lord card on the field to set it, and just as long as it's set, at the beginning of my turn, I can call a size 1 or less dungeon enemy from my drop zone by paying its call cost. None of my size 1 or less have any call cost, so this is easy. And my favorite new setup with this is if I don't have any monsters on field after someone's like destroyed my field. If I have 2 of these on the field, I can call back a Heat Blade, and then after I call back the Heat Blade, I can call Aid, since I now have a Demon Lord on the field, so I instantly get a setup for any size 3 or size 2 I call, and it just really helps with world end setups. I love Demon Lord's Dungeon so much more. I might bump it down to 2, but that's to see if testing. I mean, I love it, but like now I just have like Dale Cruiser to keep getting it back if it gets popped or something. So I might do it, bump it down for space reason. 2 dangerous fuse. I'm not gonna explain the whole thing. Basically, if I let my opponent see a card. If they pick the right card out of me shuffling them, they go to my hand. If they pick it wrong, it goes to my gauge. It's like either a free draw 2 or it's a free gauge 2. But it's interesting because you don't get a choice in the matter. But regardless, it's okay. 2 Oracle to Wall. This card is basically just going, yo, you have a Dragonic Gamor, so when you're at 5 less, you get to, draw 3 and get rid of probably shit cards in your hand. I always enjoy this because since I have like Miseria, Omnidai, and Dale Cruiser all having lifelink 2, if I say I'm at 7 life or some kind of extra damage happens, if they die, I can just probably replace them with something and then 2 ball after. I really like this card. It's really helpful in the deck. It's always helpful in enemies. 4 copies of Dominion Rod. This is 3,000 power, 2 critical. It's pay 1 gauge to equip, and it has the ability where, as long as it's on my field, all dungeon enemies get 1k power, 1k defense. I love this card. I just use it like an Armor Knight formation. I really enjoy this card. It gives boosts to monsters. People don't expect, when they see it, they're like, oh no, now I have to link, or if so, now I can't hit something like Dale Cruiser with 8,000, or I just really like this card. I really do. Next up, we have the last card of the deck. We have 3 copies of Darkness Final Mission card, World End. It's free to set, and it's an impact, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you can, every time a Demon Lord attacks, and this even includes link attack, you get a soul. If you link attack, you still get both soul, or, like, the amount of soul you would still get if you single attacked. Anyway, once at the end of the attack phase, if I have more soul, then I destroy all my opponent's cards and they go to 1 life. I love this card because it just makes every other deck just afraid to let you attack. This card just allows me to get rid of my opponent's field, put them at 1 life in a bad predicament. Unless they got a lot of cards in hand or some way to make a comeback, it's not going to be good for them. If you guys give this video, I'm going to say 6 likes to see a Construct deck, and then 7 likes to see a different kind of Demon Lord deck, Like, I have a whole different build. Then, if you want to see those, 6 likes for Constructs, six likes for Constructs, 7 likes for the other Demon Lord. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe to TeamBurningInfinitey for more Buddyfight content. And I'll see you guys later. Jonah from TBI-Infinitey going out.